It's a little bit overcast, but it's, enough light to say that there's some charging going on. This is probably day 2 of giving the batteries and the solar panels some sunlight. It hasn't gone past that first battery bar. I'm not very confident that it's doing any charging. We'll connect it back up to the heater and we'll see if it even jump starts it. But I did get something to try to see if the heater is actually drawing more than the 30 watts that it claims that it does, and to see what the charger actually pulls. The solar panel should be about 20 or 30 watts. All right, we've got it plugged in. Turn it on. We'll go for the fan first. Fan's blowing. So it did charge it like a very tiny bit. 2 days, that's very unsustainable. Let's turn the heater on and see how quickly it kills it. And the heater on. I'm not even feeling anything coming out of it. It's got a light hum. And it's dead. This is the lower draw one. This is one that overheats. So it barely lasted 10 seconds. 2 days of charging with the solar panel. That's pretty terrible. 228 watt hours, 300 watts total. This is on sale, $161.49. It's way cheaper than any brand name product out there. It's got a lot of promises, so we'll test a few of those. I like the look of it and the interface. The reviews are mostly positive. I think it'll have some decent potential for testing our little portable heater. It also has some nice functionality on the display. I've never seen one with the wireless charging before, so that'll be kind of cool to test. It shows the input and it shows the output, so we can kind of tell if our heater's drawing too much or if our solar panel is underpowered. My assumption is that the solar heater is drawing too much and the solar panel is underpowered, plus the fact that those 3 batteries couldn't possibly produce that much heat. I think the goal right now is to see if we could get the heater to work and hopefully not catch fire like this one review states here. This was probably the only one worrying review on here, but everybody else seemed to have really positive reviews about it. Based on the Amazon review, this was probably one of the best priced portable power stations that I've seen, under $200. I'll have to go back to the video and see what the actual discounted price was. And it had fairly decent reviews, over 4.2 stars out of 5. There was that one review though that kind of scared me, the one that says that it catches fire. But that was the only one that kind of alluded to that. So perhaps it might be decent. We'll unbox this shortly and look at some of the features. So straight out of the box, we've got a cigarette lighter adapter. I'm assuming this could be used to charge or draw power, hopefully, which would come in handy because then we can connect our heater to it to see if it works. DC input, so to charge it directly from a wall socket. It's got a couple handles on there. Portability. I wish it'd stay up better. You know, if you're trying to grab it and you've got full hands, you'll probably be stumbling around. Here's a feature that I haven't seen on too many other ones. You're supposed to be able to put your smartphone on there with the proximity charger, and it'll use that magic magnetic force to charge it. It's got a power button. I gotta double check what this is. The light on the side, light on the back. It's got some intakes for the fans to keep it cool. It's got DC in, 12 volts, 8 amps, 24 volts, 3 amps. Input, 13 to 25 volts. I'm assuming the panel should work. It looks to be the exact same adapter, so hopefully we can rig that up to the extension. Couple wall plugs. These don't look like they're functional for a ground if you've got a 3-pronged plug, so you may have to just only connect 2-prong plugs. USBs, 5 volts, 3.1 amp total on the USB-A. USB-C, 18 watt, that's pretty interesting. You don't see that on too many others. If we put the light on, yeah, well, that's pretty bright. Nice for camping. Battery indicator. Oh, it's got a flash strobe. And that turns itself off. Power button. Got some stuff plugged in here and see how it goes. That's some direct afternoon sun on that panel. And this is why it can run that charger or the heater. I saw it peak at 1.9. The fan draws at 2 to 3 watts, which is why solar panel would have never turned it on. And let's see what the heater draws at. Still climbing. Solar panel and the batteries would have never kept this alive. $86 watts. Oh, still climbing. About 87 watts. We'll leave this going a bit longer. It looks like it can go higher based on the draw. Definitely way warmer. That'll probably actually heat up a small tent fairly well. And on this, it probably will last a couple hours on a full charge. All right, I've got everything laid out here. What I'm getting from this cheapo charger setup is this solar panel would have never sufficed to get this charged. You know, it probably would have taken days, maybe weeks to even charge this. And the solar panel is going to be completely useless trying to charge this. This one is about 228 watt hours. So charging at about 1.5 watts per hour, you know, you can do the math. It'll probably take about 100, just over 100 hours to even get this charged on a good day. Now, looking at the heater actually plugged into this and generating some, you know, realistic small space heat at about 80 something watts per hour, this could probably comfortably run on this for a good 2.5 hours. So definitely the value with trying to utilize this heater should be there, you know, camping trip. And you'll probably have a little bit left over to charge your phone once or twice, or maybe your cameras or whatever it might be. The comparison for this is a similar unit. So what I said this costed $169 on sale, and the similar units, the brand name stuff, was about $220 to $250 similar units. This does have a maximum 300 watt total, which will probably let it run for about 45 to 50 minutes. So if you're running something like maybe a full-size, I shouldn't say full-size, space heater, you know, maybe some additional electronics, your laptop, you know, powering your workstation, emergency stuff like that, a couple light bulbs to get around the house. You know, if you're using LEDs, you'll probably even get a, you know, 10 hours worth of stuff off this. It's only got the one solar input method, but maybe the DC works. So I'll have to read the manual and see what the best solar panel out there on Amazon might be. I've seen a couple that are 20 and 30 watts that should get this charged up in a day and a half for, you know, 8 hours of steady sunlight. So that'll be a follow-up that I will have to do. I like the fact that it has many outputs. You know, you've got the 12 volt cigarette lighter, you've got 2 of these plugs. This is really handy. The battery indicator, I think it's up to 5 bars, so you'll see it in like 20s maybe. Maybe it's even got 6. I'll have to see it when it's fully charged. But having the current in and the power out when it's charging, so you can kind of really see how much you're using compared to charging and maybe turn some stuff off to keep it fairly sustainable if you are on a camping trip. Unfortunately, these did not charge. I may, you know what, just out of craziness, put it up in the window and see how long it takes. A couple weeks, I'm estimating. Back to the input for charging. There's only a few solar panels that uses this, so you'll probably have to get a solar adapter kit to try to get all those different connectors to get one of these. I don't even know what you call this, like a DC input, or like your general DC input. I know there's a word for it. I kind of wish that maybe there were some USB inputs, because you do have some solar chargers out there that are designed for those outdoor security cameras that will charge them with USB and USB-C. But we'll go ahead and we'll scour the internet and we'll try to find something affordable. Once again, $169, I'm still doing better than getting the brand names. So even if I spend about $50, I'll still be under a brand name system. And I will have the solar panels. I think the brand name stuff goes up to about $400 with the solar panels. So within budget. And yeah, we'll probably revisit this again in another video. So until then.